Whoa. Here we go.
And welcome, folks, to This Week on DNG Radio. I'm your host, Sherman Ray, the founder and the president of the Diversity Networking Group. Wow, it is a Thursday, folks, and we are excited. We're a week into Martin Luther King holiday. It was this weekend. So, and of course, the inauguration of our new president, Barack Hussein Obama. Folks, we got a lot of stuff on the show today, and in-house today, for those of you who are on the webcam, is Mike Calais. I get it wrong. Mike, say it again before I destroy your name.
Calais Keeney.
Calais Keeney. And Mike is actually the founder and the president of the Food Inquirer, so he's going to be in studio with us today. And Mike, I really appreciate you coming by, and it's a nice hat you got there.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I have a ton of these. So.
Do you?
Yeah,
okay.
this is the flavor of the week. So.
Oh, okay. That's a great hat. So, Mike, we're definitely going to talk a little bit about the Food Inquirer because you guys have got a great thing here, and so maybe give us perspective on what's going on in Las Vegas. And we just want to tell you a little bit before we get started here, folks, that this show is produced by the Diversity Networking Group. So if you're ever in Las Vegas, come on out to 7175 West Lake Mead Boulevard to the Panera Bread, and you can experience the Diversity Networking Group. As a matter of fact, the last couple of weeks, we've had some great speakers. We had Juana Hart from KLAS TV8, and she came out and visited us. And then we had Joel Garcia last week, and he is actually the founder of the Latino Town Hall. And Latino Town Hall was I'll tell you, he gave us an insight into doing business with the Latino or Hispanic community. And you know, it's funny, one of the things that Joel was talking about was that if you have not experienced, you know, or if you're not taking care of the Latino community, then you're really missing almost 50% of your business.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it really is, because there's and especially if you're on like the east side of Las Vegas Boulevard, it's amazing the demographics and everything else. And speaking of the east side of the freeway, let's talk a little bit about what's going on downtown. And this is probably one of the best things that's happened. Many of you know who Tony Shea is. Have you ever heard of Tony Shea?
No, who's that?
He's actually you don't know who Tony Shea is.
I only walk by him every time I go downtown. So I have no idea who the guy is.
He's always standing on the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
he actually does stand outside of, like at the Beat Coffee House. He'll stand outside and have conversations, and people just be walking by.
And they'll go, who is that little
Yeah, I walk out. Hey, Tony, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey.
I gotta go down there and meet the guy. But for those of you who don't know who Tony Shea is actually the president, or he was the founder of Zappos. Yeah, Zappos.com. And he was, and he took Zappos.com from Henderson, moving it downtown now.
Yep.
So everybody's excited about it. He's got all kinds of things that are going on. As a matter of fact, he is being the catalyst of so many things downtown that, and this first story is really about that. I don't know if you've heard about the garment district that's going on downtown.
I did not hear about that. I'm more connected with the food and beverage, and I know what he's been doing in that realm down there already, like on Fremont down near the beat.
Yeah.
He's already been doing Mondo things down there.
Oh yeah. Well, he's also impacting. So he's bringing down master plan communities. He's doing all kinds of neat things down there. But one of the things that's happening is that they've got a garment district that they're actually starting down.
That's going to be huge.
It is. You know, I mean, because can you imagine? Vegas is known for what?
It's only gaming.
Gaming. That's it.
And tourism.
Yeah, and tourism and hookers. That's pretty much it, right?
So I wasn't talking about any of that.
But we know. You know, I know.
I know that you know that I know.
Yeah, and it's like the vape thing that's it's like that 800-pound gorilla, but that's what we're known for.
Yeah.
Tony Shea is coming to town, and he says, look, I want to create like this community downtown, and people are starting to get on. Last week we were talking about some of the homes that they're doing the co-biz things downtown.
Right.
Okay, so people are starting to live together and commune together and stuff like that. And now downtown there is and I'm going to read just a little bit of this article. And this was actually yesterday's RJ. It says most people think of new taverns, eateries, and music when they envision the unfolding redevelopment of Fremont East. And so they're trying to build out East Fremont, right? But that portion of the road east of the canopied Fremont Street experience. Most people also know Tony Hsieh is behind much of the redevelopment. And so, but they say a garment district is planned to open downtown in the near future. A clothing store, and I can't pronounce the name, I think it's Coterie, opened at 515 East Fremont, and the Stitch Factory, now this is what we're really going to get into, the Stitch Factory at 300 Las Vegas Boulevard North.
I think they just had their opening.
Yeah, they just had their opening. They opened last week, they had an opening party, and that's just part of the start. So, some interesting things that are going on. Designers are starting to go downtown to really start having their businesses down there. As a matter of fact, one company, they actually, because of the fact that they brought down all the stuff that designers need, they're basically getting the factory that's down there for basically nothing.
Perfect.
Because they're bringing down some stuff down.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you're saying that Tony Hsieh is also bringing down things that are having to do with food. What do you mean by that?
Well, there's Eat. There's a couple other places that are down there that basically opened up the Commonwealth and things of that nature.
Mhm.
And I know he's been around helping to get a lot of that moved forward. I'm not entirely sure exactly how much he has his actual hands in it, but he's definitely been helping with redeveloping that side of Fremont Street and going down to the beat. And of course, they have the user lib library upstairs, which was his whole start as well. It's a great renaissance for food,
Oh, yeah.
and as well for the social networking part of things. So definitely some great initiatives going on down there.
Well, that's awesome. And you know, you're the founder of the Third Inquiry, which is and we've been talking for a number of months now about what you do and stuff like that. And so for those folks that if you're looking if you're on the webcam right now, excuse me, Mike is actually the guy with the hat on, and so I'm the Jamaican guy over here. So Mike is this guy over here.
Don't let him fool you. He was wearing a hat that was cuter than mine.
I know, I love my hat, but I don't have a hat head, but I love hats. So Mike, tell everybody a little bit about your business. I mean, what kind of, when we talk about the Food Inquirer, is it a magazine? What is it?
It's not a hard print magazine. We're basically an online food portal. And what that means is foodies, entrepreneurs, professionals, they can go there, they can share, they can entertain, they can be entertained, they can promote products and services. It's been a platform that's been around for a couple of years. It has some products already involved for food and beverage businesses, from farmers, manufacturers, and producers, all the way out to restaurants and retail outlets. We're going through some redevelopment right now with some new products, some new things that are coming online and that are online. Our intent, obviously, is to help the food and beverage industry be more effective in their online presence and their online efforts, and some of their offline efforts. In particular, like manufacturers, producers, and distributors. You won't necessarily find them on Facebook or on Twitter or anything. That's where you find all the restaurants and retail guys.
Yeah.
But there are other things that they need. They need some automatic marketing funnels so that they're not having to play the constant catch-up game.
Sure.
And other such related tools. So our primary focus is right there on food and beverage. We definitely like being in places like we were at the World Food Championships, which
That would
was
be fun.
amazing.
Yeah.
I actually was asked to judge in the barbecue side.
Oh,
So
yum.
I got to judge on the ribs and on the brisket.
Yeah.
I don't remember a single bad one at all.
It's kind of hard to say you won, you lost. Huh?
Well,
Yeah.
especially when you've got a tent full of about 60 judges,
Yeah.
8 to a table with about 5 samples of each.
Oh, it's gotta be
Oh,
tough.
oh,
I
it
feel
was-
bad for you.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was just such a terrible experience. They were wonderful people. So being involved with those kinds of events. So we do some content, we do some reporting, we have a bunch of videos on our site if you want to see on recipes. You can see some of the local chef celebrities that we work with.
Yeah.
We are looking for more. In fact, we're going to be launching a recipe contest.
Ah.
So if you think you think you're a good cook or chef or something like that, you want to get yourself put into our first recipe book.
Yeah.
It is an electronic one.
Oh, well, great. So if somebody wanted to to be in that, I mean, are you going to announce it now? Can we get like a sneak preview? Or?
And you can get a small sneak. Here's the
Yeah.
deal. We're going to put it out in a bunch of different categories. The
Yeah.
best of about 5 categories will be put into our new recipe book.
Okay.
Can't announce who the celebrity chef is. It's going to kind of be out
Oh,
there.
so you can't tell our viewers right now, so we can actually get the...
Not yet. Very soon, though. I promise.
Okay.
I'll get it to you.
All right, okay, well, in the next segment, folks, maybe I can pry this out of Mike, because you know how I am, I can probably get it out of him. So stay tuned, we'll be back with segment 2 of This Week on DNG Radio. I'm your host, Sherman Ray, the founder and the president of the Diversity Networking Group. We will be back in just a minute, folks, so stay tuned.
Segment 2, 10 minutes.
Oh, welcome back, folks. Way too much fun over here in the studio, folks. This is This Week on DNG Radio. I'm your host, Sherman Ray, the founder and the president of the Diversity Networking Group. Folks, we're in segment 2. Mike, we were talking in our last segment, and you were going to tell us who your celebrity chef was. That's going to be for the judging. No?
I remember saying that we will reveal it soon.
Oh, okay. Well, Mike, maybe this will, I found out now Million Quinteros is our producer here at the City FM. And Million, we were talking about this about a week ago about our listenership. Now, it's funny that you would think that the show is listened just here in Las Vegas.
No, if you're on the internet, you gotta be everywhere. There gotta be everybody picking you up.
Oh yeah, and it's funny that we actually have a lot of people from internationally that listen to this show because they want to find out what's going on here in Las Vegas.
Sure, why not? We're such a destination city. It makes absolute sense.
It is crazy.
It is wonderful.
So this might be your opportunity to get some of those folks from Japan or from some other place to come on to Vegas.
Absolutely.
And so the name of your celebrity chef is.
Let's just say he's a good friend.
He's a good friend.
He is very good at what he does.
Okay.
He is a specialist, by the way.
So we got a specialist.
He is a specialist.
Okay.
Million made a little comment earlier saying that if you're going to do one thing, do it well.
Yes.
He epitomizes this.
Oh. Okay.
So much so that he's actually building a school on it.
Wow.
So
that's awesome.
And I think Million wants to go get his degree in this particular discipline. So
very cool.
We'll have to get him over there.
That would be awesome. So maybe at some point during the show, we might get a revelation of that. Hey, I want to let everybody know about something that we're offering with the Diversity Networking Group. So for those of you who don't know what the Diversity Networking Group is, we're a networking group here in Las Vegas, and this show is all really based upon our business owners and how we can really impact them. Well, one of the trainings that we actually have on a weekly, or actually it's a monthly basis, is called the EDGE training. And the EDGE training is really about empowering business owners with maybe information they don't know, or maybe they're stuck at a certain point in their career level. But the EDGE training is really all about that. So we want to invite you out to that. If you can go to www.diversitynetworkinggroup.com, that's just with one G. You can find out about the EDGE training networking group that we're actually starting, and it's called the Las Vegas Business Promotion Network. And the Las Vegas Business Promotion Network is probably one of the most exciting things that we've done in a long time because of the business owners that we're working with. So if you want to find out a little bit more about the Las Vegas Business Promotion Network, how you can get involved in that, you just go to www.diversitynetworkinggroup.com and you can find out all about that. But let's get back to some of these stories. Hey, there was an interesting article that I saw in the Las Vegas Sun a couple of days ago. I don't know if you've heard about UNLV Now.
UNLV?
Yeah, UNLV Now. And what this is, for those of you who haven't heard about it, for UNLV, UNLV is our university out here in Las Vegas.
I'm actually working with them this coming February. I'm doing a business etiquette training for their ambassadors. It's going to be really fun.
That would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Well, do you know they're planning a stadium out there?
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is going to be, now there's been, people have been talking about stadium in Las Vegas for years.
Sure. It's been a matter of where to stick it, though.
Where do you put this thing at, right? People want to put it way out in the south end, they want to put it on the north end, the east end, and it's all supposed to service UNLV. It's supposed to be for the school. Well, I think they're going to probably stick it out there. Let me talk a little. This is by Ray Brewery, our brewer. And he's writing for the Las Vegas Sun. He says, the developer's latest presentation about UNLV Now, the proposed 800 million, 60,000 square or seat mega event center, certainly has increased the buzz about the transformation of the UNLV campus. I think we're getting on UNLV, folks. Okay, while I've heard from some skeptics, most of the response on the message boards and talk radio shows have been positive. As a result, as a lifelong resident of Las Vegas, I'm cautiously enthusiastic about the project because of the tremendous impact it will have on our city. The interesting thing about this, and the article actually goes on to talk about some of the pros and cons of this. But the interesting thing about it is they're actually, level heads are starting to come back to the fact that this stadium probably should be right off of UNLV campus.
It's got to be somewhere close by because it's just a lot more central.
Yeah.
I think their biggest challenges will be access and egress, obviously, because of where UNLV sits. But if they can keep it somewhere decently close, it'd be a great thing.
Well, if you've been to most metropolitan areas, most cities that have got stadiums. You go to Houston, and you go to Chicago,
yeah.
right?
I just
you
came back from there.
or you go to Oakland. Their stadiums are generally within the city limits.
Absolutely.
Right? Sam Boyd might as well be in Utah because it is just so far out there. Who wants to go all the way up to Sam Boyd to go to a football game or something like that?
It's a bit of a travel.
It is, so why not put the thing, excuse me, right off the city, right off the campus, and it might be congested during days that there are,
Well, the event center gets it kind of congested as it is right now over on their campus, but I mean, it's going to happen when you have events, and that's actually kind of a good problem to have
It's
to
a
deal with.
great hat. That's great.
Yeah.
People get excited about it.
True.
One of the things that we battle with in Las Vegas is we battle the casinos, business
All
owners.
day long.
And the draw of the casinos is one of the things that really hurts business. So why not really try to compete with the casinos, near them, instead of trying to draw people away from them? You could actually be closer to them and feed off of what's going on in casinos.
I'm sure they would be happy to feed off of what happens on the event as well. I mean, if they're so close, it's like, well, look, you're done there, come on back over here.
Sure. Yeah. The only thing we'd have to worry about are those guys that are the pamphlet guys. That are out on the street. We'd have to worry about those guys standing out in front of a football game. I know, just throwing
All
the
day
pamphlets.
long, and I'm just, oh my gosh.
Those guys are terrible. Anyways, hey, there was another article, and this is in Las Vegas. Our business forum is pretty thin. So generally the funnies are a lot bigger, but this is a great story.
Sure, it's not hard to find something.
I know sometimes, but this is a great thing for Las Vegas. Mike, you know that a lot of people know that in Las Vegas we got hit by the economy big time.
We were the one that took the hardest hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But our housing market, they say maybe has hit the bottom.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, they say housing. Excuse me. They say rise in new home sales shows recovery may be on the way at last.
That would be very good news.
Yeah, they say new home sales jumped 42% in Las Vegas last year. Isn't that crazy? With 5,544 closings, putting an end to the declining housing market. And
that's new home sales?
That's new home sales. And
what happened to the rest of the inventory on the other side?
You know what? It's funny because we don't have any of that inventory. We used to. We used to have all the foreclosures.
I still drive by them almost every day. That's kind of odd.
Those are the ones that are listed on the MLM. So they were saying that the listing, and it's funny, I've talked to a lot of realtors, and they say they have no inventory anymore. And so now they're going into the new, now we haven't talked about the next wave of foreclosures that the banks have not released yet, but the ones that are available right now, those are gone. And so now, guess what's happening? The price of homes is going up, and that's a good sign. They said the president of the Las Vegas-based Home Builders Research reported 617 new home sales in December compared to 374 in December of 2011.
Double. Sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Excuse me. The median new home price rose 2.8% to $218,000. So that's great. Now we're looking at something that's going on in Las Vegas that probably should mark something great for people, because we've had people jumping out of the market. They're leaving town because they're thinking basically they'll never see a return on their homes.
For the investors, they're probably looking at it going, okay, how are we going to get out of the woods? We'll see. I mean, there's still a lot of other factors that are mitigating, if you will.
Sure.
Finance and so on.
Yeah, well, we had an article last week about some of the homes or some of the sales of last year. Over in City Center, they've got these huge, condo towers that have just not been selling. And last week we were talking about one company that came in and bought basically 40% or all of the remaining units that were there, and they're renting them all out, which is fantastic for the landholders or the people who own the property, because they wanted to get those things off their books. So we're seeing some great turnarounds here in Las Vegas, and hopefully these next, and we'll talk about in the next in the next segment, we'll talk about some other things that are shining down a little bit better light on Las Vegas and what's going on in Vegas. So folks, I want you to stay tuned. For those of you who are just joining us, this is This Week on DNG Radio. I'm your host, Sherman Ray. To my right is Mike. Mike, I keep messing up your name, so I'm going to say it again. Mike?
I'm just going to say Mikey K.
Mikey K, that's always good. So Mikey K with the Food Inquirer is here holding down the ship with me. So we will be back in just a couple of minutes, folks, so stay tuned. Hey, we are back, folks. You know, folks, if you were here during the breaks,
Oh,
you'd
geez.
just be breaking up. It is, Mike, you've got to be the funniest guy in the world here. And so, but we got to get serious here, folks. We got to get serious because we're talking business here.
There's a heart attack.
It's a heart attack. We're having a great time here, folks. I really do. Mike, I appreciate you being here. Mike,
Thanks for having me.
yeah, this is Mike Kalakini.
Clay Keating.
Kalahikini, and he's the founder of the Food Inquirer. And so, Mike, let's talk a little bit more about something that I know people have been waiting for. They've been waiting around for 2 segments to find out about your chef. And so I know you thought I forgot about him, but you know, I'm like a pit bull puppy. I'm just on it. So tell us once again, Mike, what's going to
You're
happen?
getting very sleepy.
I know.
You're
So-
going to forget anything about this.
So tell us what are you planning? Now you guys have got a recipe book that you're coming out with.
We're coming out with one.
Yeah.
It's an electronic recipe book, and we
Yeah.
actually have this available for anybody. I mean,
Mhm.
if you're a home cook or an actual chef or a
Yeah.
mixologist even, we've done one already for Patricia Richards, who is the master mixologist over the Win.
Okay.
We're doing a couple more for a couple of other cooks and chefs.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably going to be doing one for another master mixologist who just made 50 years in the industry as a mixologist.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool because it's electronic.
Yeah.
And what most people think when they hear electronic, they think like an Acrobat or an Adobe PDF.
Sure.
You know, something that you have to download and you have to go stuff it away in it.
Mm-hmm.
Ours is different.
Yeah.
It's a link on the browser.
Okay.
So when somebody actually gets it, they can actually bookmark it.
Yeah.
So now it's web-based.
Oh. Okay.
They don't have to wait for a download anymore.
Sure.
And instead of losing it in a file, going, where the heck did I put that?
Yeah.
They now just click it in their favorites.
Very cool.
It's searchable.
Yeah.
It's printable.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have to print it and give it to you. You
Sure.
print it.
That's right. And you know what? And that's what people are looking for nowadays.
Simple,
Convenience.
easy, quick.
You know, it's funny. It used to be that people would really go searching for things, and now they don't. They just don't. You know, they want it now, and if you can get it to them now, that's probably one of the best things you can do.
And with this, it makes it very easy for them to do just that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have it in another format, a different format as well for, like, you know, if somebody has a catalog, they want to produce something in food and beverage. Same story.
Yeah.
It just makes it easier
Mhm.
to get your brand out there.
Oh, yeah.
Chefs can use this recipe book as a catalog. We can actually put videos in this thing,
Mm-hmm.
which is really cool because
Yeah.
there's a difference between talking, especially in food and beverage, there's
Yeah.
a difference in talking to HR and talking to the chef.
Sure.
HR's got their process.
Yeah.
They just want to know if you're safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's about it.
They want to know if you're a safe person to go and what your personality's like.
Yeah.
The executive chef wants to know whether or not you can cook.
Can you cook? So let me tell. So you say you can actually put a video up, that link. So if somebody, let's say a chef, wants to do a complete demonstration,
Mhm.
you know, condense it down or something like that,
Sure.
you can make that available to them.
We can actually make it a part of the recipe book,
Yes.
so it becomes like a resume for them.
What a sweet deal.
We're actually going to be talking to UNLV's food and culinary school about having something like this for their purposes.
Sure.
Because at the same time that it's a resume,
Mhm.
they can also still go out and promote themselves in their own personal brand and sell it.
That is awesome. See, because I was just talking with, I was at one of the TV stations yesterday,
Right.
doing some research, and they've got the same, a similar thing where you can do a TV, a cooking demonstration.
Sure.
But the thing that kept in the back of my mind was cost.
Absolutely.
So that's probably one of the things that you're really being able to really bring to an entrepreneur and saying, hey, look, the cost on this thing is a fraction of what it would cost you to come on to a regular, you know, TV station.
Imagine for somebody who's just coming out of college, who has
Yeah.
no money to promote themselves,
Yeah.
no way to really market themselves or brand themselves,
Mhm.
having one of these things and also doing this, paying $10 a month to host it.
That's amazing. So with $10 a month.
For somebody to have a simple recipe book. Now, if they want to
Yeah.
put a video in it,
Yeah.
one video
Sure.
for a demonstration,
Mhm.
$5 more.
Oh, yeah. But see, that.
The bottom line is
Yeah,
functionality and economical sense.
that's right. And people can access this anytime they want.
Anytime they want.
Anytime they
So
want.
this is searchable online. So if somebody starts looking for a recipe book
Yeah.
for, let's say, well, I don't know why foie gras came into my mind first,
Foie
but that's
gras.
exactly what came
That's-
through.
I know we're all looking for frog water.
Foie gras. I
Yeah,
mean,
well, you're a food
California.
guy, so-
California. Sorry.
Yeah.
But let's say they had a recipe with something like that,
Uh-huh.
and some executive chef knows he needs somebody that's a specialist. He can search that up.
Yeah.
These recipe books are actually, they have all the search engine optimization stuff in it already, so they can get found a little easier.
Yeah.
Plus, they can promote it online. They can put it on Facebook, on
That
Twitter,
is awesome.
wherever they want to do
You
it.
can't beat it, I'll tell you. So, Mike, let me ask you, if people want to get a hold of you,
Yeah.
how do they get a hold of you?
They call you.
Call me. Just call my house. Mike usually he's
702,
Yeah.
call Sherman.
Yeah, there you go. And somebody's dialing. Somebody's dialing. So
There's two.
yeah, I can see
There's
him
two
now.
ways you can do that. Sherman's gonna call me next week. Mike, you shouldn't have said
I
that.
know people have been called. Yeah.
They can go to our website, foodinquirer.com, and that's with an E.
E. So Enquirer.
Enquirer,
Yes.
foodinquirer.com. They can find us there, or there is a number on there. It's 702-350-1751.
1751.
And if, they can always leave a message if there's something there. I mean, this is the cool thing about it is, right now you can still get a hold of myself. I do have a partner in this business, and
Sure.
he's more the originator of this whole thing. That would have been UNLV telling me, yes, we can do this.
Okay.
So having the partner there right now, you're going to get one of us.
Yes. So that's cool. But eventually, folks, if you don't get a hold of Mike pretty quick here, you probably won't get a hold of him. So either go to foodinquirer.com or dial 702-350
1751.
1751. That is so cool. Hey, Mike, now there's some things, because we just got a couple more minutes left in the show, and I really wanted to get this in. That this week coming up, we've been talking about Tony Shea.
Yeah.
A lot about Tony Shea. Tomorrow, Tony Shea is going to, they call it preview.
Yeah.
And so he's going to be over at the, where is he going to be at? Let me look, because I want to give you guys the right directions here to it. He's going to actually be over at the pavilion, or the Cox Pavilion, that's off at 4505 South Maryland Parkway, for the preview. It's actually starting at 7 o'clock in the morning to about 1:30 in the afternoon. Now, Tony Shea, for those of you who don't know who he is, he's Zappos.com guy, changing the landscape of Las Vegas. He's going to be talking about what's going on next in downtown Las Vegas.
That's going to be huge.
It really is. I mean, a lot of people they're changing all of their plans and all their appointments to make sure that they're at this. So if you're in Las Vegas tomorrow, excuse me, that's January 24th, Cox Pavilion at 4505 South Maryland Parkway. There is a cost associated with it. If you are a Las Vegas Chamber member, it's about $60. If you're a non-member, it's $80.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Sure.
It doesn't matter which you are or aren't. You should be there.
You should be.
Yeah, it's definitely necessary if you're in the business community, if you're a professional or business owner or
Oh, yeah.
whatever. It doesn't matter. You should be there.
It is, because I'll tell you, there's a lot of things going on, and that's why people are listening to this show, because we're really giving them what's going on downtown and around Las Vegas Valley. So it should be cool. And excuse me. And also, before we leave today, I want to let you know about the Diversity Networking Group and what is going to happen next week. We actually have Santos Martinez from the community college, or actually the College of Southern Nevada. He's actually the Vice President of Student Affairs.
Sweet.
And so we're excited about him coming. And the reason why it is probably going to be very pivotal for any business owner to be a part of that next week's meeting is because Santos is really in tune with what classes, what trends are happening in Las Vegas Valley, because that's why the college is actually teaching these classes. They know what trends are going on. And for you as a business owner, it is probably one of the things that you need to be there. So tomorrow, 7 o'clock in the morning to 8:15 at 7175 West Lake Mead Boulevard, be at the Panera Bread, and you can see Santos Martinez, Vice President of Student Affairs for the College of Southern Nevada.
If I can, you might want to, especially if you're a business owner, every once in a while you need a little extra help.
Mm-hmm.
We have entrepreneur-minded kids coming up
Oh, yeah.
in that college. We got some that want to be some great professionals, but they don't have experience. These colleges have internship programs,
Mm-hmm.
and these, if you find the right intern, they can turn out to become a great employee.
Yeah, sure can.
They need the experience one way or another.
Yep.
I've worked with them before through UNLV.
Mhm.
I'm sure CSN has a program like that too. Probably be good to show up and at least start listening to some of that as well.
That's it. It's funny because you can get these interns for little to nothing.
Yep.
Sometimes if you can just trade experience, excuse me, experience for hours, I'll tell you, these kids they'll go out there and bust their humps for you to make that happen. Hey, Mike, I want to thank you for being on the show today, bro.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's been a blast.
It's been good.
Man,
So-
it's been a riot.
Yeah, we really had a great time here. So, Mike, one more time, if they want to get a hold of you at Food Inquirer, they go to food
Enquirer.com.
or
They can call 702-350-1751.
I'll tell you, folks, get a hold of them and you can find out. So they've got some great products over there. And once again, if you're in town tomorrow, that is 7 o'clock in the morning, come out to the Diversity Networking Group at 7175 West Lake Mead Boulevard in Las Vegas, Nevada, 89128. It's been Sherman Ray, and this has been This Week on DNG Radio, a production of the Diversity Networking Group. We will see you, as always, again Wednesday at 10:30.